Predators game last night. Go ahead, Mark.
All right. Well, first of all, being a Red Wings fan, I am not an anti-homer. The Wings used to have their AHL affiliate in Glens Falls. Now Philadelphia does, of course. I would like to catch up with one of the Nitro members at some point in time before I leave to get some information, of course.
Okay.
Keep walking away from the microphone, Mark. That'll help. In any event, being busy lately, haven't had much time to check many things out, but the one thing that keeps showing up is the hit at the end of the game by Weber on Zetterberg, Weber being the captain of the Nashville Predators, who are up 1-0 now. Having a chance to see it once for 15 seconds before we wandered over here, it just made me think it's really, really strange that something like that could happen, get the maximum amount of fine, which is $2,500, whatever it may be, without any kind of discipline behind it, since the Vice President of Hockey Operations being Brendan Shanahan, a former Wing, been through the situation. You would think, of all people, Colin Campbell needed to leave. Somebody like Shanahan would have a better grasp on the situation. Not only because I'm a Wings fan, had it been Ovechkin, had it been Jeff Carter, had it been Steven Stamkos, doesn't matter. Somewhere the ball was dropped, whether or not it was Brendan Shanahan, which I highly doubt, or if, in the conspiracy theory, not meaning to go there, that maybe somebody else higher than him had an idea. We do not want our star players off the ice or the playoffs. Not singling out Gary Bettman, he has a lot of people working with him as well. Anybody wants to check that out, they're more than...
Yeah, I saw the hit, and I think it definitely warrants more than a $2,500 fine. Whether or not it warrants a suspension, I don't know, but it was dirty. I mean, by the definition of the word dirty, it was dirty. And it was towards the end of the game, right? I believe it was at the end of the game, where he has him up against the board, and he elbows him not once, but twice, his head into the board. So,
to my knowledge, it was in fact after the final whistle.
Okay.
Like I said, I saw one thing at work real quick.
Now, I'm gonna venture to guess that the reason that is the case, where that's a maximum fine, is because the officials decided on the ice that they were only going to call it a 2-minute roughing penalty, even though, like you said, the final whistle was blowing at the time, or had previously just, I mean, a roughing penalty, a 2-minute roughing penalty after the game ends doesn't really sound like much of a fine. You'd think hopefully the officials would have done something more, but I wonder if because that was the call on the ice, that was a maximum penalty that could be handed out.
To my knowledge, the CBA was written, as it were, if it was a 2-minute boarding penalty or roughing penalty or whatever they wanted to call it at that point, that may very well have been the case.
Yeah, and you could see that one of the referees was right on top of the play because he was separating it right as it was happening, pretty much. So I'm kind of surprised that that's all that came out of that was a roughing penalty.
Yeah, exactly. I only saw one little bit out of it, so I did not...
You might be right. The NHL might have reviewed it and said, well, we don't want the captain of the Predators to be sitting out.
I will say this. It's going to make Game 2 and the rest of the series a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, because there's going to be some bad blood going on between these two teams.
Yeah, as somebody who has seen a bunch of games in Glens Falls, by guys named Probert, Koser, Heiserman played for one game. You know, but as somebody who's seen a bunch of games in Glens Falls by a bunch of NHLers, this will be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Mark, good stuff,
Yeah.
man. Thanks for coming up.
Always fun to talk playoff
Thank you very much for your time.
Good luck to your wings.